Yeah, I hate to spoil it for you. I don't think you're going to get on the White House card. Just,
I mean, dude, who knows, dude? You know, I mean, you know, no, dude. Maybe I got to go hang up with Epstein or some shit. I guarantee you, dude. I guarantee Chimaev would go to a fucking island. That motherfucker's going all day long. That dirty little fucker. There is no lower human being on this earth than Chimaev. You became best friends with a murderer, and you took G-wagons. Like, you're not a man, dude. You shouldn't be allowed in this country, but I'll fight you. I'll fight you, don't worry. Even like the crypto scam, you're looking at a man that lacks all other dignity. I mean, the reason why he's in Saudi Arabia right now.
You know, so many people say that, like Chael said that.
It's fact, dude. Like, your family fled in this oppressive, horrible place, and then you go back and you take G-wagons, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh, this guy's actually a bad man, I gotta leave.
During that extreme couture with Sean Strickland, he's been saying some stuff in interviews about, he just didn't like your approach. Just why do you think he's saying that, and do you have a response?
I don't know. When I was there, they never said anything, you know. When I leave the Vegas and when they stopped my visa, he started to talk. When I come back, I'm in LA, bro. Come on. If it's something personal for you, just come. I'm here whenever you want.
I saw you and Sean had an interaction in the gym.
Understand, you're better than everybody. So just don't hurt people.
He didn't like when I said I tap him out, you know.
Did you tap him out?
Yeah, many times, bro. Ask his coach.
What did you get him with?
Chokes, different things.
I'll tell you what I can't fucking wait for is Khamzat versus Strickland. Let's That's really happening in New Jersey.
Yeah.
In New Jersey,
Damn.
Joey.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a
That's
why not? It's like, well, because they're gonna kill each other.
yeah. You can't do that.
He called him a terrorist. We can't have.
You called him
this.
a goat.
Yeah, we can't have it. We can't have it.
Sean Strickland just slammed Khamzat Chimaev in the cage, and Chimaev also fired it right back. Sean Strickland didn't hold back when he stepped into the cage and dropped an explosive call-out at Khamzat Chimaev, calling him out with fiery words that instantly reignited one of the most talked-about rivalries in MMA. From that moment on, this feud went from tension to a full-blown headline grudge match that has the MMA world buzzing more than ever.
you have obviously made the case for the Khamzat fight. I feel like it's probably one of the biggest fights in the division.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody who wants to see fucking two little go fuckers go at it. You want to see a real fucking American fight this little Chechen fucking whore in American soil. This is the fight that needs to happen.
Yeah, I hate to spoil it for you. I don't think you're going to get on the White House card. Just,
I mean, dude, who knows, dude? You know, I mean, you know, no, dude. Maybe I got to go hang up with Epstein or some shit. I guarantee you, dude. I guarantee Chimaev would go to a fucking island. That motherfucker's going all day long. That dirty little fucker.
In the weeks since his dramatic call-out, Strickland has only fueled the fire, pushing the narrative that he's done waiting and that Chimaev needs to answer for the inactivity that's plagued the middleweight division, arguing that the belt had become stagnant while Chimaev fought once every year or so.
Guy's just fucking is a clown, dude. I mean, you want to talk about a clown? You fought once in the middleweight division, you're moving up to fight an easier fight, and that's what he's doing. He's moving up to fight an easier fight. 205 division soft as fuck right now, so he's like, I'm gonna go fight Yuri. It's like, it just, you're picking a really easy path. You're not a double champ. You're not even, you've won a belt once. Like, if the UFC grants that request, it'll be a fucking clown show, and I hope they don't.
Does it frustrate you at all, like, hearing things like that, like seeing, you know, how long you fought in the middleweight division, and even a guy like Dricus that fought so many times and, you know, took on the best guys in the division?
Well, I mean, I hope the UFC tells him to go fuck himself. That's the right thing to do.
The sentiment in the community was loud and clear, with many agreeing that the division lost momentum because its champion wasn't defending the belt often enough, and Strickland was unafraid to call that out. While Sean was humiliating him, Khamzat responded back with a tweet with a blunt message, writing, "Habibi, calm down. I destroyed the guy who beat you twice, American bit." The clash between these two isn't just about rankings or records, it's personal, rooted in years of tension, training room stories, and contrasting personalities. Both men have publicly accused the other of past misdeeds, with Chimaev even alleging that Strickland once brought a gun to the gym.
Один раз я на него наехал чуть-чуть на него, второй день с пушкой ходил, там думал, что я на него нападу.
А в чем причина была?
Ну, там что-то в группе, там у нас группа похожа с чем-то. Я думал, если чеченцы сильные, кто-то что-то написал. И я в группе написал американская кулита, там то, сейчас я тебя побью. И он потом, ты меня неправильно понял.
Dana White officially confirmed the matchup for UFC 328, scheduling it as the main event for May 9th, 2026. The fight is set to take place at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey.
Hey, what I can't fucking wait for is Khamzat versus Strickland. Let's that's really happening in New Jersey.
Yeah.
In New Jersey,
Damn.
Joey.
Yeah. Damn.
That's a motherfucking fight.
That's a Super Bowl right there, dude.
Dude, the press conferences,
Bro.
So you know how the UFC makes them do, like Paramount makes them do face-off like 3 times before the fight? They fly in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
They have them face-off with the lights. You can't do that with those.
Imagine the top
You can't
Strickland
do it.
is going to...
And Paramount, you know, they're in suits. Like, I don't see why not. It's like, well, because they're going to kill each other.
Yeah, you can't do that.
He called him a terrorist. We can't have
He called him
this.
a goat.
Yeah, damn. You can't have it.
Damn.
Can't have it.
Bro,
I love
how
Strickland.
good did he look against Fluffy?
Before that fight, I'm like, man, Strickland will probably get by Khamzat. Then the shape I saw him in, I was like, mother.
Dana White's comments during the announcement revealed just how much tension this fight carries. White joked about needing extra security, highlighting that the buildup had reached a point where the UFC brass was actually concerned about potential scuffles before the fighters even step into the octagon. That comment alone has fans speculating about what could go down come fight week, making this rivalry feel even more combustible.
What a matchup for the middleweight title.
Fun card, and obviously the main event is the fight that people have been waiting for a long time. Strickland looked incredible in his last performance, and, you know, how much security do you think we're going to need from Chimaev?
Quite a lot, Dana. You need to hire some extra people because Sean Strickland, as we know, the man's a maniac, but he deserves this shot.
Khamzat Chimaev, known for his quiet but dominating presence inside the cage, has responded to all of this in his own way. Instead of shying away from the trash talk, he's leaned into it, using intense training footage and a mindset of fearlessness to show he's ready for anything Strickland throws at him. Recently, clips emerged of him dropping sparring partners, including Khalil Roundtree Jr., that show a man in killer mode. Khamzat hasn't just stayed in the gym grinding. He's taken an unusual approach to his preparation. Reports have surfaced that he's actually paying elite fighters to come into his camp and try to submit him, essentially putting a bounty on himself to simulate high-level pressure situations. This kind of mentality speaks to just how seriously he's taking Strickland as an opponent, even if his critics still doubt his activity level.
I have heard stories out of the Chimaev camp that Chimaev is training so hard and putting it on guys, elite level guys, like nothing you've ever seen before. I have heard Khamzat Chimaev wants people to go so hard with him to try to beat him and submit him and do. He's paying him. He doesn't care. I got some guys in the gym, at my gym, that know people there. They're like, man, this dude, if somebody can submit him, there's like money. The Saints got in trouble for Bounty Gate. Khamzat's putting a bounty on himself to make guys give him all that they have. This dude, it's different.
Another respected voice in the sport, Israel Adesanya, has also weighed in on Khamzat's reign as champion. Adesanya praised Khamzat's rise and talent, but questioned how active he's been as a title holder. He pointed out that champions need to defend their belts regularly, contrasting it with his own past when he fought multiple times a year.
Yeah, he did well to get the belt, but I'm not sure what's holding him up or why. Maybe it was visa issues. I'm not sure. I don't really follow that. I don't really follow the MMA news as much, but I'm not sure what's holding it up because, you know, I felt like he would be an active champion. He should be an active champion because he's a guy that likes to fight a lot when he was coming up, just like me. But when I got the belt, I didn't let that slow me down. I was active. I was calling out everybody. I was trying to find the best and fight them. So I think he should be doing the same.
Despite those critiques, many seasoned fans and analysts still see Khamzat as the heavy favorite. In fan forums, people have debated this fight's outcome extensively, with a large portion giving Khamzat a clear edge due to his wrestling and grappling dominance.
Your boy Strickland says that he can beat Khamzat.
No. Fuck no. Did you see that bullet in the...
Yeah, suspended. He's got to go to anger management classes. You ever go to anger management?
Yeah.
Others acknowledge that Strickland's unorthodox style and defensive striking could give him a chance if the fight stays upright and goes deep into later rounds.
The fight that I'm really looking forward to is Khamzat versus Strickland. Strickland is a nightmare standing up.
For sure.
He's a nightmare. What he did to Fluffy Hernandez, I was like, holy shit. His defense is extraordinary. One of the things he was telling me is like, I spar more than anybody and I get hit less than anybody. And the Fluffy fight was like, I thought Fluffy was going to be a problem. I'm like, Fluffy's really good, man. Strickland made it look like he just did not belong in there.
There are also voices online that mock the idea that Strickland could beat Khamzat, claiming it's an easy fight for Khamzat or suggesting Strickland doesn't even belong in this title conversation. The range of fan takes from dismissive to cautiously optimistic paints the picture of a fight that nobody sees as boring, even if they disagree who wins.
Right, middleweight. What are we thinking in middleweight for 2026?
Who's middleweight? Khamzat? I don't think anyone's going to beat Khamzat.
I agree.
Don't think anyone's going to beat
I mean,
him.
I know there's Imavov, but I think Khamzat just runs straight through him.
Yeah, Imavov, Fluffy, Kybarayo and that. But
they're all good fighters.
They're all good fighters, but I just think Khamzat's levels.
One fighter outside of this immediate rivalry, former champion Dricus du Plessis, has given Strickland some unexpected backing. Despite having beaten Strickland before and sharing his own tensions, du Plessis recently suggested that Strickland has a real chance to dethrone Khamzat, pointing to Strickland's experience and toughness.
Yeah, that's interesting because as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, Imavov and Khamzat said they didn't want to fight each other. Like there was some, and you know, if the UFC doesn't like that at all, they never do. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I do think the Strickland fight does make sense. You know, for me, I don't want to fight Strickland again unless he's the champion.
He's been there, done that.
Yeah, so I mean, I do think Strickland will do great against Khamzat. I honestly do. Just his style, I think he would.
Wow. You think Strickland has a better chance against Khamzat than Imavov?
100%.
Really? Interesting.
That kind of endorsement from a rival adds more intrigue to the narrative.
I mean, did you see what Strickland did to Imavov?
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, and that's striking, of course, the other thing, Strickland's ability to get back from, you know, when you take him down to get back to his feet, he does a very good job at that. He always, you know, when I fought him the first and second time, he's really good at that. Strickland is stronger than people think, I think, on a physical level, and his technique to get back to his feet is very good.
Do you think, like based on what you saw from Strickland, do you think he's a much improved fighter, what we just saw from him against Fluffy, or do you think that was just a good matchup for him?
No. It's Strickland. He always fights the same.
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier, a former champion and UFC veteran, stated that he doesn't even trust Strickland and Khamzat to be near each other without security, reinforcing how heated this rivalry has become. This kind of comment makes UFC 328 feel like the most unpredictable event in recent memory.
Do you think we'll need extra security for Chimaev versus Strickland? Absolutely. I got to be honest. I don't know if I trust those two enough to put them together before the fight. Because I think they might start fighting. They seem to hate each other and despise each other. And those things are what fights are built on. Those are the things that fights are built on, is bad blood, heat, a true dislike for someone. Sean don't necessarily like anybody, which makes him as fun as anyone to watch. But Khamzat just wants to smash people. Smash. Beat them up, take them down, overwhelm them to the point that they can't do anything.
Even Joe Rogan, a voice synonymous with MMA commentary, has chimed in ahead of this event, hinting that the psychological side of this fight could be just as important as the physical battle that will unfold in the octagon.
If he keeps getting up, defend the submissions, that's when it gets interesting.
He's also so hard to hit. He's so hard to hit. He does so many sneaky things on the feet that people don't see coming.
Keeps coming.
Yep.
Keeps coming.
Yeah, no way Khamzat's going to stand with him. He's going to try to take him down. No way.
Keeps teeping you. Yeah. Khamzat can strike too, though. Did you see the video of Khamzat striking with Khalil?
No,
yeah, he's
totally.
no punk.
But you think that's the best strategy for Khamzat? No way.
No, the best strategy
because Strickland can
drag him to the ground.
He's got great striking. Why would you take a chance?
The only thing that would make sense is if he wanted to make up for the last fight where a lot of people thought it was boring when he won against Dricus.
Because he didn't look for a finish.
Dude, if he just comes out and tries to blast
if he tries to stand with Strickland, dude, he's
but here's why he can try to stand with Strickland, because he's not a knockout artist. Like, he's a volume puncher, like a Nate Diaz. It's a lot of volume. So even if you do stand with him and you get pieced up, he's not really going to knock you out.
As the countdown to UFC 328 continues, both camps are locked in, preparing for a battle that may define define the next chapter of MMA history. Strickland has sharpened his tools, even bringing in specialized wrestling coaching to prepare for Khamzat's elite grappling, showing a deep commitment to solving the puzzle that Khamzat presents.
Very good takedown defense, very hard to keep down. How do you see him getting on against Khamzat Chimaev, who obviously that will be a big part of his approach?
I think a good, healthy Sean coming off a great camp and, you know, coming out confident, I think he's going to give him a lot of problems. I don't think, you know, Chimaev's going to be able to manhandle him like he does other people. And I'm actually I plan to go out and help him after my fight, because me and Sean are buddies. He hit me up, he told me that he had a fight coming up before it got announced, and I was like, all right, man, we'll figure it out. And I plan on going out there to help him. I think I'd be a great look for him, push him in the wrestling. I think Sean's gonna have the edge in the striking for sure, and you know, he just has to weather the storm. And I think he has a better gas tank than Chimaev. So I mean, either guy can win.
Fans will be watching closely when the fighters finally walk out on May 9th, 2026, because everything this fight represents comes down to one night. Will Khamzat prove that he is truly the most dominant force in the middleweight division, or will Strickland flip the script and take the title in shocking fashion? Whatever happens, this rivalry has already delivered unforgettable fodder for discussion.
Let me tell you about Chimaev, guys. This is a true story. And, you know, since we're going to talk about training, one day I made fun of a Chechen. And he misunderstood what I said. And I wasn't, it was more of like a compliment to the fighter. And he sent me a message talking shit. And I said, Chimaev, you misunderstood. But I will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Gloves or no gloves, turn up. And then guess what? No show, no answer. We talked it out. He said, no, it's okay. We talked about it. Here's the thing about Chimaev. The man could fight. The man could fight. We all know that. He beat Usman to a decision. You know, Usman old, retired, but whatever. He still did it. But me and him are different. Chimaev could be right here. I will fight that man to the death right here, knowing I'm going to die. That ain't Chimaev, dude.
As the tension builds and UFC 328 draws closer, there's no doubt this fight will be one for the history books. Fans everywhere are picking sides, debating who will come out on top, and speculating about every possible outcome. Whether you're Team Strickland or Team Khamzat, this is the clash everyone's talking about, and it's finally happening. Don't miss a single moment of the action. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and drop your prediction in the comments below. Who do you think will walk out victorious and claim ultimate bragging rights?